you, there's a number missing. It was a typo on my fault. It was on me. My g of x, y'all, should say x plus 7. Okay, I literally just didn't even see that until I was circling things. So for 12, we're going to do B. I already know that it's going to want me to find all these different things. I'm first just going to write down my function, and then I'm going to find each individual thing. So my f of x is 5x. I think I'm going to do it like this. We're going to see how this goes. My other function that I'm given. And the reason why I'm doing different colors, this is composite. It has the little bitty O. It looks like fog. I'm plugging stuff into other stuff, right? So my g of x, you can kind of barely tell. My g of x is x plus 7. That's what I said it was. That's better. Maybe. Got to use red. It's going to be super ugly now, but I'm actually going to make my g of x red, okay? Okay, so the first thing it tells me to find is it's the composition function of f of g of x. And the way it looks is in parentheses, f, the little composition symbol, g, close parentheses, open, x close. That is saying f of g of x. What I told y'all to do is when you say the word of, open a parenthesis. So this is better written and easier to understand to solve if you do f of g of x. Now, that's what I was supposed to use my red, y'all. Now, you should notice that I've got my g of x being plugged into my f of x, right? This is where I was supposed to use red. It's really hard to switch. So let me actually plug that in. If I do f of, what's my g of x? X plus 7? This is literally the exact same notation right here, f of x plus 7. If you notice, the only difference is I'm adding a 7 here. So, but instead of seeing a normal plain x in my function, it's going to change to this binomial, these two terms. So what I get is, I actually want to have this, I want to write it like that, y'all. So my f of x plus 7 is, look at your f of x, I have 5 times, this is where x plus 7 goes. Because in the function it was an x, but now it's changing to an x plus 7. What you do here is distribution. 5 times x is 5x, 5 times 7 is 35, both positive, so it's positive. That's the answer to f of g of x. That's plugging in g of x into my f of x, okay? Okay, so it then tells you to find g of f of x, but what I want to do first, since I already found f of g of x, I want to look right here where it tells me to find f of g of 3. This is f of g of 3. There's 2 different ways you can go about this. You can look at your g of x, make your x your 3, right? So I would get 3 plus 7 is 10, and I'm doing f of 10. Perfectly fine, right? You'll get 50. 5 times 10, I don't know if y'all can see it, there it is. 5 times 10 is 50. Or if you wanted to, this is what I just solved when I plugged them into each other, right? You can actually just take this 3 and plug it right here, and you get 5 times 3 plus 15. So either way you do it, it's fine. I'm actually going to do it like this. I'm going to use what I just solved, plug in the specific value they want me to find. So I get 15 plus 35, which is what, 50? So you see how if I actually did f of 3 plus 7, well, that's f of 10. F of 10, plug in 10 here. I mean, it's either way you go about it, you're still going to get the same answer. It just depends on which way makes more sense. This way I hadn't showed you. The way I'm telling you you can do it is what we did do in class. That's two different ways to solve those. Okay, so now let's do the g of f of x. Let's do the g of f of x. I just want to make sure I cover everything, y'all. G of f of x is g of f of x, which is g of, plug in my f of x. My f of x is 5x. So now look at my g of x. My g of x is x plus 7, but now it's 5x plus 7. Okay, so after you find that, they want you to find g of f of x. I'm sorry, of 3. I don't know why I said that. I was trying to read at the same time. Now they want me to find my g of f of 3, which is g of f of 3, which I can just plug my 3 into what I just solved, and I would get 5 times 3 plus 7. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 7 would be 22. Okay, let's do problem 13. Problem 13 says to find the inverse for these one-to-one functions. I'm going to do a specific one. There's also a video on the YouTube page of it as well. This is the one that I actually messed up this morning.